Hello, I'm Bliznub and welcome to Building the Best. Today we're going to be looking at the Hikou, one of the least well-regarded weapons in this game. The Hikou, not even the Hikou Prime, we're looking at the worst throwing dagger based weapon there is. And this is my build. This is what we got. This is a pure damage build with Hornet Strike, both the multi-shots, Bore for the additional puncture, and a bit of corrosive on the bottom. And as you can see, we're getting just over 700 damage, which is, well, decent, I guess. With the 20 round magazine and roughly 10 fire rate, buffed of course by the multi-shots, you're dealing a fair amount of damage, but if you've seen any of my other Building the Bests, you'll know that this is awful. This is awful for a weapon that you bothered to put a catalyst on. I will refuse to former this weapon for the simple reason that you cannot make it better than this. This is its peak. I could have 2 other elemental mods on here and I get 1000 damage. Not worth it. But there is a saving grace, and it's down here. It's called Concealed Explosives, and simply put, it is Thunderbolt for throwing weapons. Not including the Kastanas, I should add. It's for the Despair, the Kunai, and the Hikou. And I'm going to go out and back in so you can see. My damage here is, is that 48 maybe? Let's call it 50. Doing 50 damage here, and this deals more damage than my config A, which deals 700 per shot. For the simple reason that Concealed Explosives has a set damage value of 500 blast damage with a 10 meter radius on hitting anything. And with normal weapons, if you have blast or corrosive damage, you have to hit an enemy to get a proc. On this, it procs every shot on any surface, anything you throw it at. Now, what else I've put on here is fire rate mods, anemic agility, because I don't care about the negative damage. That doesn't affect Concealed Explosives damage. It does 500 regardless. And actually, it deals a little more, because if you have Barrel Diffusion and Lethal Torrent, the multi-shot on those buffs up Concealed Explosives so that you have a 95 and a bit % chance for 1 proc every time you throw a single Hikou. And you have a 40% chance for 2 procs, which means 1,000. You've got a 40% chance of dealing 1,000 damage, meaning this weapon, on average, is dealing about 700 damage per throw. But it's blast damage, so it deals in an AoE, which means it's better than my other config page. And of course we have Gunslinger, Anemic Agility, and 2 magazine size mods here, simply to mean that if we do find an enemy this thing can't kill in 2 to 3 shots, we can just hold down the trigger and watch it melt. Now, I'm going to very quickly take this to Pluto, because Corpus actually have resistances versus blast, and I feel like that's a fair test of this weapon's ability. Also, because I want to find nullifiers. The great thing about blast weapons, and anyone who has ever played with a turret will know this, is that they go through nullifier bubbles. And they will kill the nullifier and immediately remove his bubble as soon as the next tick of the game session happens. Now, all I need to do is find a nullifier, and that's not as easy as it sounds. But in the meantime, there goes the camera, there goes everyone else, and there goes most of my health, because I was standing within 10 meters. As you can see, these are level 30 to 35, I believe, enemies, and this weapon is dealing with them very, very well. Not really having to think or concentrate at all. I'm intentionally aiming at the ground to get the maximum AoE going on. And I actually don't know what's hurting. Oh, I must have a leech on me. And let's kill everything on the other side of that door. In fact, I don't think there was anything standing. Oh, lovely. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm not going to throw it at him right now, because there's probably a broken window in that room. But... and he's dead. And that is how you deal with nullifiers. Anyhow, I'm Bliznub. This is the Hikou. Seriously, if it's such a cheap weapon to make and build, it was only 1 kata, no former at all. This weapon is insanely fun. I highly recommend you give it a go. Anyhow, thank you for watching. please like and comment below and leave a subscribe if you want to see more.